I'll continue. Okay. Um, so sorry, let me just grab this here. Now, now, this thing keeps moving, which is a little annoying. Let me bring back my search function. So now they speak here of the divorce of a wife who is prepubescent. Okay, it's not unlawful, right? So it means the divorce of a wife who is now. Why are they talking about prepubescent wives? I find this very, very interesting. Now, how can he says Yasin? How can you prove that it's illegal to marry a child in Christian? Christianity does not legislate law. Yasin, Christianity is not a religion of law. Islam's a religion of law. You have Sharia law. Please name for me the scholars who wrote Christian Sharia and give me the name of the book. Give me the page on which I can find Christian law on marriage. Good luck. It doesn't exist. Please show me the book. If you have the evidence to embarrass me, please go ahead. Looking forward to it.
Okay, so
No.
Kasim Mansour is stressing the point, if asking for marriage, it's no issue if she's reached puberty. No age restriction mentioned in any religious book. If that's the case, wasn't Mary married to Joseph, who was way older? Okay, so I think that
Joseph is not an
we,
example. Now, first of all, I don't believe that
Joseph,
there's
yes,
no age
exactly.
specified. Two, that was under Jewish law. That was Judaism. That's not Christianity. Christianity does not legislate law. None of this has been utilized to create law that allows underage sex in the Western world, right? Only in Islam. And Joseph is not the example for all mankind for eternity. I'll throw it back to you then.
Yeah. So in this sense, like this question comes up again. You see, that Aisha was had reached puberty. So had Aisha reached puberty, I think that that's an important question to answer
Yeah.
within
No.
the Islamic
Yeah. Now,
sources.
also, now don't forget, in Islam, technically they believe in all of the Jewish prophets as well. They're all supposedly
Yeah.
Muslims. They're all supposedly prophets of Islam. And in Islam, there's no prohibition on marriage and sex with underage girls, as we are going through the evidence here. So, a woman's postmarital waiting period. Now, as you know, this relates to Quran 65:4, which speaks of the waiting. Yasin, you will behave, you will stay on topic, you will answer, or I will simply, in fact, I'm going to silence you for a few minutes.
What is he saying? What is he saying?
He's just saying I'm avoiding him. I'm playing pigeon chess. Now, there is no wait. Now, let's look at Quran 65:4, right, which speaks of the waiting period for a woman, which is 3 months. Okay, so now let's look at the official ruling within Islamic law. There is no waiting period for a woman divorced
Yeah.
before having had sexual intercourse with her husband. So if she has not had sex, there is no waiting period. However, a waiting period is obligatory for a woman divorced after intercourse, whether the husband and wife are prepubescent, right?
Hmm.
I hope the Muslims in the channel are listening carefully and looking at the screen. Or one is prepubescent and the other, or one has reached puberty and the other has not reached puberty. And intercourse here means copulation. So your thoughts on that, and those in the comments. This very clearly stipulates what it says. It doesn't mean
Hmm.
something else. So your thoughts, Shamoun.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. That's all I can say. Waiting period is obligatory for a woman divorced after intercourse. Sure.
Yes. So this is Islamic law. Now this is valid for Sunni Islam. Understand? This is not. Now Muslims would love to tell you about that Shafi fiqh. Well, as if Shafi, Hanbali, Hanafi, and Maliki fiqh are four separate religions. They're not. Don't forget, there is supposed to be unity within the religion. If it's perfect, there is unity, and these schools all agree on these rulings, right? The areas where
Okay,
they
so let's continue um with the sources because I think the time's running
okay,
out
fine.
and
So
we
let's
need to
so let me run through. The
get
waiting
going.
period for a woman who does not menstruate, whether prepubescent or not, is 3 months. The waiting period for a woman who does not menstruate is whether prepubescent. So in other words, that's your wife. She needs to wait 3 months just in case. Right? We'll continue. Right. So now we're talking about
Waiting period for what? Waiting period for what?
divorce.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So here they speak of the husband must be at least 9.5 years old. Okay? A husband of at least 9.5 years old. So now you're talking about a child bride again, a child husband. The husband is not legally considered blah blah blah. But now, okay. Now, notice they mention here in this number rule 3, the husband is under the above mentioned age, under 9.5 years old.